Jen Morrison, she had a very emotional reaction. She said, "Ma'am, this is embarrassing." So I said, "I'm not embarrassed one bit. Try harder next time." I wasn't embarrassed to say what I had said. It's true. You all know it's true. I don't care if you hate Andrew Tate. Let me ask you a question. Shit goes down in your neighborhood. You can call, and you have two options, right? There's crime happening all over. You got to get to the corner. There's shit that's gone down. You act like that can't happen. Did you ever remember the videos of cities on fire, Portland and everything? Remember on CNN when the guy was like, "It's peaceful here," and the whole city was up in flames behind him? I mean, the dumb and it's just like, let me ask you, and you have two options. You can call Andrew Tate, world champion kickboxer, or you can call Jedediah. You gonna call me? I show up. Hi. 5', 4.5, fit, but you have your choice. Who you gonna call? Come on. Don't be dishonest with yourself. You know you're gonna call a guy like that. Who do you have in the military, people? Who do you have in the military? A bunch of pussies? No, that's right. I said the word. Who do you have in the military? You want guys. Who do you want to show up when there's a fire? You want a big ass man to show up. He's going to carry you up all those flights of stairs. You know it. Come on. You don't have to be. It's like saying, if we were walking down a dark alley and it's, we're in a small group at Valuetainment. Do people feel safer walking with me or Patrick Bet-David? Patrick is like, if you put two of me on, you stood me up and then you put another one of me on top of me, maybe I'd be Patrick's height. So you just got to be realistic, people. These people are just living in some type of weird woke bubble where they can't even admit fact anymore because they're trembling to hate him. They're trembling to hate him. All right, Jen Morrison. So I see who she is. Jen went on and on, by the way. This went on for a while. I look and I see freelance writer, New York Times, The Atlantic, Washington Post, Self Magazine, she, her. The pronouns.
Freelance, you know what that means? That means she doesn't have a job.
Is that what that means?
It means nobody likes her enough to hire her.
Tyler woke up on the wrong side of the bed today, so you don't want it. Let me tell you, his commentary is going to be good. This kind of Tyler, this is what we signed up for.
Well, what does that mean, though? Freelance. It means nobody here likes her enough to keep her full time. Your personality sucks enough for the times that they won't keep you full time.
There you go. Well, it's all woke publications. So the Parents Magazine, I don't know. I don't read that. Huffington Post, we know what that is. Okay, so she, her. So she had emotional reaction, whatever. So I wrote, she writes me again, "If you're not embarrassed to defend a man currently facing sex trafficking and rape charges, that's on you. Hard to comprehend, particularly from a mother." Where are the charges? Where are the charges? Where are the rape charges? I ask. I couldn't find charges. I certainly know he had, first of all, I didn't have the heart to tell her that charges is not the same as finding something, right? You can charge somebody, you can accuse somebody. It's not the same as being found guilty. So there's a distinction that needs to be made there with anybody. This isn't just about Tate, right? Because you had charges, again, I'm going to bring it up against Brett Kavanaugh. You had somebody coming up say, "Oh, he's sexually hurt." She didn't have any evidence. In fact, the people that she brought forward to say, they're going to corroborate my story, they were like, "Oh, honey, actually, that's not what happened." So has this guy been found guilty? So I write, he has not been charged or convicted of sex trafficking or rape. If that changes, I'll have plenty to say about it. I don't agree with Tate or anyone else on everything, but I've defended his right to voice his own opinion. I'm not seeing charges of rape. I don't see it. I do not see it. I looked, I researched, I tried to find it. In fact, let me say this about Tate. I don't know what's going to come up on this guy. I don't know him personally. I'm just here to tell you what I see and what I like about what he says, what I don't like. I don't know. But if this guy is the target of everybody. All the people, the media, that can't stand it. Or if this guy had charges out, somebody had come forward and said he raped me, whether that was true or not, that would be front headline everywhere. I'm not seeing it. So I don't know, man. I don't know. So I wrote, here's the next exchange. She writes, "Yes, free speech, but that's not what you tweet. That's not what your tweet was about. You implied he would be the hero we all need instead of men you consider to be lesser than, which is a pity. I never said he was a hero, so I wrote, never implied anyone is a hero. I have one hero, and it's God. That's the truth. What I said is that if dangerous shit hit the fan, physically strong, unapologetically masculine men who know how to fight and have zero interest in woke slogans are exactly who we'd call, and that remains my opinion. Is it not true?" I invite you in the chat. By the way, hit your subscribe button, hit your like button, if you like seeing me take on this woke psychosis, because we could do more of this. Is it not true? Is it not true that you, if shit hit the fan, you wouldn't want somebody like him who's just got no time for bullshit, It's not going to be about, should we have somebody outside that's like, well, I don't know if I want to go in because I'm feeling a certain type of way today. And no, you don't. You don't. You don't want somebody you want somebody who's just going to react, right? Unapologetically masculine means that they're not afraid of the things that make them a strong-ass man. That's what you want in situations that are dangerous. Okay. Interestingly enough, I extended to Jen an invitation to come on the show. She had been going back and forth with me for a while. I said, you have an open invite to come on my show to discuss if you're interested. I'm happy to have you on. I stand by my Twitter comment, but happy to discuss at length in a longer format. Suddenly, there was silence. How shocking. How surprising. And that invitation holds. If you're a feminist out there, by the way, put it in the chat, please. If you're a feminist and you don't like what I'm saying, you want to come on and have this debate with me, let's do it. Let's do it, because I am debating this from a position of fact and what we know and information we have, and the fact that it's very obvious to me, very obvious that there was a campaign to shut down a guy that a lot of people felt his message was destructive. And I did all the research. I looked at it. So I laid it out here. Because you know why? People say, why do you do this on Twitter, Jed? I do it because you got to stop this nonsense. You got to gut out the cancer of actual misinformation before you get labeled misinformation, even though you're telling the truth and suddenly you're banned. You got to cut the cancer out. And the cancer is this willingness of people who are very fragile to label people, you're a bigot, you're a misogynist, rapist, racist, rapist. They don't know what word to say with no justification, because essentially what it is they're uncomfortable with his commentary. They don't like it. And they're shaken because they don't know what to do about it. If you want to watch the full episode, click right here. And if you want to ask me a question, talk one-on-one, send me a FaceTime video, join a video with a group of your friends and me, you got to download Connect and you got to join me there. It's going to be really hot.